Hey everybody, this is Jeff at Reverb.com. Today I'd like to talk about some of the licks and playing ideas of my favorite bluesman, Mr. Freddie King. Freddie King, of course, one of the Texas blues greats. He stood out from a lot of the other players at the time because he had such a modern, for the time, a modern style, an aggressive style. That influenced, all your Eric Claptons and Jeff Becks and Jimmy Page, and he really stood out from the pack because he put so much soul and feel into what he did, and really had a million different licks with a minimal amount of notes. Freddie, in his early days, initially played a gold top Les Paul with P90s, but he's more known for his later work where he switched to a Gibson 355, bigger semi-hollow body guitar. Today I'm playing Epiphone Dot Deluxe. So basically, if you're trying to get Freddie's sound, you're shooting for anything with humbuckers. I'm using a Manicore drive pedal to drive a Magnatone amp because I'm playing a little lower volume, but Freddie would play at high volumes, usually through Fender Super Reverbs or even the Super 6 Reverbs, which is the Super Reverb with the 6 speakers rather than 4. Sometimes even pointed to the side, I think, because he had them so loud. Freddie licks can be played with a flat pick, of course, is what I'm using today, but if you watch video footage of Freddie, you'll see that he used a metal thumb pick and he used his index finger. But it could come across either way. I'm more comfortable myself with a flat pick, so that's what I'll be using. So it's really about how much feel he put into it and how great his vibrato was. But if you look here, I'm in the key of C, and I'm playing in this section right here, the pentatonic scale. We could consider that the root note. So I'm not really using a lot of notes. I'm basically using 3 notes and bending up. But that first lick, it's kind of got a real jagged feel to it. And I'm starting at the 13th fret with my ring finger. Then I'm going to the 11th fret with my index finger on the E string. The ring finger was on the B string. And then up to the 13th fret on the E string and bending. But the lick itself is. And then when I get into the bend, it's 2 real jabby full bends. And that's something that Freddie would do with a million other combinations in a slow blues, in a boogie, really anything. It works for either. The second half of that lick, it appears to be simple, but again, Freddie makes it look so easy. He's only playing a couple notes, but he's putting so much feel into it. But basically what I'm doing after I do is I'm going from 11 to 13, and I'm bending on the 13 repeatedly. Then a lot of times Freddie would just hold a bend after that. And then he's finishing off with a full bend at the 11th, which can be kind of tricky. So I'm actually 2 full bends right there. So all in context. All right, the second lick I'd like to talk about, I'm still in the key of C. I'm more playing off a C pentatonic position as follows, like so. C minor pentatonic. I'm at the 10th fret, and I'm bending back to the 8th, and then kind of doing a little half bend at the 10th, and then hammering from the 8th to the 10th. And then just basically going right down the pentatonic scale. 8, 10, 8 on the D string, sliding from 10 to 8 on the A string. 6th fret on the A string, and then sliding back up to the 10th on the D string. The next lick that I'm going to show you is one of my favorites, and you've heard all kinds of other rock guitar players take this one for their own, and it's a great lick. Because, you kind of look at it like you're in the pentatonic box, but I'm adding these notes to it. So rather than just... Those are basically the 6 notes that we're using. The lick is... And what I'm doing is I'm keeping this index finger here at the 8th fret of the high E string, and then pulling off from the 11th and the 10th. And I guess I'm starting the phrase from the 11th on the B string, so that would be the whole sequence. And then a lot of times Freddie would do the same lick again and move everything over one string. Fluctuating between the 11th fret and the 10th fret, depending. And then finish it off with a bend of some sort or some kind of lick. All right, so there's a few of the licks that I've taken from Freddie King and tried to incorporate in my own playing, and I hope you can do the same. Make sure you check out, there's a bunch of cool YouTube videos of Freddie playing live. His studio records are great, but I especially like the live recordings. So check it out. Hope you learned something today, and we'll see you next time.